Just got back from the shoulder and bicep day.
Got a pretty good pump. I liked it.
Yeah, you liked it?
It was rough. It was a lot more high intensity than I do. I like taking my break, but yeah, it sucked.
It felt a lot more like cardio, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it got some really good weights in there.
Yeah.
I felt it like right after, honestly, the second workout.
Yeah.
The second whatever we did, the second superset we did, that's when I was like, okay, this is going to be really, really rough.
Yeah.
But then, after getting the biceps in, I felt a little bit better.
Yeah, had a really good pump.
I also took Built, which kind of helped me a bit. Got some sugars in me. And then wanted to talk about, what'd you think about Total War?
I liked it. The taste was pretty good. I felt it hitting as we were kind of warming up. Felt kind of the tingle and some caffeine hit me. So I think it sustained me throughout the workout, really.
Yeah, I mean, like this, it's a little bit higher stimulant than a lot of other ones, but it's not as high stimulants compared to some others that I've had.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like, if you had to rate it, you'd go like, the extremely high would be closer to 400 milligrams. It'd be like Havoc 137. It'd be like GAT Nitroflex, things like that.
I'm taking like Mr. Hyde right now. Is that
Mr.
what it is?
Hyde,
Yeah, and
yeah.
that has a lot.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I would rate like GAT and like Havoc, Mr. Hyde, and then I probably put this pretty close to right there, Total War.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
'cause
it's right up there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's really good pump,
Yeah.
great routine, and
Yeah.
just there was a lady there that just kept on talking.
Yeah, she was like talking on her like AirPods throughout, like while she was curling and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
What are you here for?
That's that's just one thing. The whole AirPod thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about it. I mean, you have a set.
Yeah, Alyssa actually surprised me for like her anniversary. She got me some AirPods,
Yeah.
and I was like thinking about it a few months before, like getting some. Never really pulled the trigger because they do kind of look douchey, but I really like them.
You like them?
Yeah, they
Good sound and everything?
Yeah, like the sound, and it like plays off both ears, and it's not as noise canceling as my old like wireless headphones. So like at the gym, I could still hear kind of like the
still hear
music,
people
and
and
I can
everything?
like hear me re-racking the weights and like my grunts whenever I'm doing stuff. Like I couldn't hear them before, but I'm like, oh, I'm kind of making a little bit of noise here.
Yeah. Like for mine, it's because they're like completely noise canceling.
Oh yeah.
I can't hear a thing.
Really?
I can't hear a thing.
Yeah.
Even whenever I'm grunting and everything, I almost can't even hear like my own thoughts, which is like, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of stuff in the ear because I feel
Yeah.
like it just pop out. How often do they pop out?
I thought that too, but they don't.
They don't pop out?
Sometimes if I'll listen to them on my way in the gym, and I'm like taking off my dress clothes and
It'll
stuff.
pop out.
It'll like catch the little part that sticks out of your ear, but other than that, like it's fine. I like it because at work I can just have like one in, listen to my podcasts, and then
Especially if somebody comes over.
yeah, I just take it out and it pauses.
See, for me, like at work, I feel like even the typing is like annoyance to me. So
yeah.
that's why I'm like, I have to have this in,
Yeah.
or else it just feels weird to me. It just feels super weird. So, yeah, how is work going?
It's going well. I'm an accountant, so like second year staff accountant. So we got through busy season a couple months ago with taxes, which
Yeah.
I don't really like taxes as much, but I do them. And then right now I've been doing a bunch of audits, going out of town like Poplar Bluff and Miami, Oklahoma, and different places. So it's going well. I like the travel, even though it's not really to any like major cities, but it's nice to
Yeah.
get out and get hotel points and stuff. So paid for.
That's the one thing I actually think I need to start racking up, or start getting like accounts for like hotels
Yeah.
and things. Because I mean, I go to every once in a while, right? I probably go to like maybe 3 or 4 different events total.
Yeah.
And which I'm like, well, especially how much they are, especially how long I'm going to be there. Because like I'm there for like a couple of days, and which you're kind of like that too, right? It's not just like one day.
It's like 3 nights.
It's 3 nights, yeah. So it's like that's kind of the same time period, and I don't know. I think I need to start looking into that, start actually tracking my mileage and everything
man.
else. And
Yeah, we both are accountants, so we travel a lot, and we are going to Miami over 4th of July week. were there 5 nights, 6 nights, and we didn't pay for hotels at all.
Really?
It was all points. It's on Miami Beach.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. So
Okay,
it's a good deal for sure.
I guess I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to start
especially if you
doing
travel.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I am. The big thing is that the company actually like tracks all that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
Do you use like a corporate card, or do they like reimburse you?
corporate card.
Because I have like a Hilton card, so I pay with that. So then that gets me extra points, and then they reimburse me like a month later, pay it off. Like it's pretty.
Gotcha.
Deal.
Yeah. Like I can do it that way. It's just it's so complicated.
Yeah.
With expenses and GL codes and everything else,
Yeah.
and like the separate portal that you have to submit all of that in, and like it changes like every month.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so they're like, oh, we changed the new way for you to do your expenses report, and you're like, okay. So and then after that, you don't even see it until like 4 to 6 weeks later.
Really?
Yeah.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah,
'cause then it puts you out. You're like a few $100s short than you normally would.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, what?
That's kinda rough.
So that's why pretty much I'm like, I'm just gonna have the company do it.
Yeah.
So like I literally go to the marketing secretary, or she's not a secretary because it's not that word anymore, but it's like she's the assistant to the CMO, and what she does is that she does a lot of the planning of things, right? And so I just go, hey Yvette, I need to do X, Y, and Z, and she goes, oh, okay. And she's like, wait, when do you need this by? All this other stuff, and then she gets it all for me. Like I'm going to Bristol in August, and she had my hotel, my car rental, and my flight
Just all set up.
all set up. So
Pretty
I
cool.
don't even have to really worry about it. But
Nice.
at the same time, I don't get points for my own. So
Kinda sucks.
it kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So, but what else you got going on?
Like today? Or,
Yeah, just throughout.
I don't know. Might go to the pool. I need some sun. I'm really pale, so
I'm really
gotta
pale, too.
get ready for the beach.
I mean,
so
I've
don't
got like
burn
a
up.
farmer's tan.
Yeah. At least you look tan in a shirt then.
No, yeah, that is true. I was actually down at Table Rock, or for
yeah?
the Legends of Golf
Oh,
stuff.
yeah, that's pretty
And yeah, but I mean, like I got like straight up sunburn. It was
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
It turned into a tan pretty quick, but it's just like
That was a couple weeks ago, right? Or,
late April.
yeah, because I remember seeing you after that, and you were pretty dark.
Yeah, it's just because of that. But then like you can see straight up. It's
Yeah, where the line is.
just it's nonstop
Yeah.
light. But
That's how I was in high school, like with baseball and football. Just like super tan
That's
with a shirt
exactly,
on,
yep.
take it off. It's like I still wear
Yeah.
a shirt.
yeah, I did a lot of mowing in high school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so like I would be like, oh yeah, look at me, I'm really really tan, and
Yeah.
you took it off, and you're like, nope, I am not.
Yeah.
And that's one thing too, is that I think like my actual like body is just, it will be forever pale.
Yeah.
Forever pale.
You just get burnt, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
And that's it. That is it. Except for freaking tank top lines. That's the only
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah.
That's the only thing there.
Feel
So.
ya.
But anyway, cool. So short and sweet one.
Yeah. I
Um,
liked it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is Gym Talk 18. 18.
Represent. Happy to be a guest.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
fun.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for hopping on. You know,
Yeah,
that's
anytime you need to fill in, I'm happy. If you want like a really monotone voice guest host, not quite as entertaining.
no. We had a really good conversation about sports and everything. It's just like Tyler doesn't really know a lot about sports.
Really?
Well, he does.
He just doesn't like follow it.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much,
yeah. So I mean, like, I really need to. I don't know. Like, it was good to talk about baseball, which I kind of know a little bit about.
Yeah.
And I was really into baseball about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It was honestly whenever the Royals were.
That
yeah.
was awesome. That
Yeah.
was a fun couple of years.
Yeah, whenever the Royals were good, whenever we had Eric Hosmer and Salvi
Moose,
and
Kane, so
Moose, yeah.
Gordon, he's
Kane,
kinda
Dyson.
doing well. Yeah,
I mean-
Dyson's doing really well now.
I mean, like we had that full crew,
Yeah,
and
that was awesome.
yeah,
We had it, like we built up to a championship, and now we just gotta do it again. We got some promising people with like Merrifield and Mondesi, so we got some pretty good pitching. Our pitching's pretty decent. The offense this year, it's can score some runs.
Really?
Yeah, it's just kind of our bullpen give up late in the innings, but
Well, that's what I even noticed, like during the series too. Whenever we went to the World Series, it was our bullpen that really carried us.
Yeah, we built our pitching staff from the back up. Like,
Yeah.
we just had to get to the 6th inning. Like our starters just needed to survive it, and then score some runs and have the lead in the later end.
Yeah, and like I remember following all that, and which I don't know, it was still really boring to me, but I was like, I'm still gonna follow this and do whatever. But then after that, I actually started falling in love with basketball, because I mean I was living with Alyssa and Colton was just like, there's a thing called NBA, and I'm like, I don't like basketball, and then he showed it to me, and I'm like, I love basketball.
Yeah, I'm starting to get into it because of like the podcasts I listen to, but I don't know.
Who do you listen to?
Mostly Part of My Take, the Dan Le Batard show. So it's like satirical sports talk radio.
Okay.
So I just kind of make fun of stuff. I listen to Clay Travis a little bit.
Do you listen to The Herd at all?
A little bit. I used to like come home for lunch and he'd be on, and there's like nothing on midday, so I just watch him. And yeah, he's a really smart guy. He like he puts stuff in a perspective where I'm like, oh.
So I love and hate him.
No,
because he will go to the outrageous conclusions of things, and it's just like, you are not right at all. It's like that just doesn't make any sense. And then sometimes I'm like, okay, that's really, really smart. That's a great way to start thinking about this, right? It was actually the Herd clip whenever a basketball player was on his show, and they were like, hey, he's banned for the rest of the finals, and he goes, that's it. That was one of the big clips that actually started a little bit more of the momentum to get him,
like
banned for a full year, and also charged with a monetary value. So
that's good.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'll listen to The Herd every once in a while. Yeah. A lot of the stuff I've been listening to is just, well, one, it's mainly been Twitter. It's mainly been
I don't have Twitter, Instagram, or any of that, so I don't really follow.
Man, you are missing out on Twitter.
Yeah.
I love me some Twitter, man. Yeah. I like, number one, the memes. Number two, it's like, there's a lot of news that like happens.
That breaks on Twitter. Yeah.
That happens a lot on Twitter, and so and the best part is that you can actually even change it to your own like location. You can even change your location in general. So like, say for instance, you want to know what's happening in Saudi, right?
Yeah.
And which you can actually change your location to Saudi. And then also
just see what's going on there. It's pretty cool.
And then you can also add in filters as well, so you can like go from Saudi main things in the U.S. and things like that, so you can see all your trending stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's a cool customization, with my job within social media.
Yeah, you're big into that stuff.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I was actually talking to a social media platform this past week. They were actually at our offices from Monday and Tuesday. And it's very fascinating because you look at the different the platforms, right? You have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Those are the main three, right? And then you have, of course, YouTube, Snapchat, whatever. But like, you can do some sort of social listening to then be proactive on things, right? So like, social listening would be like if somebody mentions, let's just say, ESPN and Stephen Smith, right?
Yeah.
You can actually combine the two together, and you can listen for specific negative comments, or you can also do like you can look at volume, you can look at a lot of things there, right?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is that out of the top 10 Fortune 500 companies, 9 of them have this platform, which is pretty crazy to think about. But anyway, we were talking about the differences between Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Those are the main three, right? And the API restrictions. So like, Facebook and Instagram are super strict whenever it comes to their privatization.
Yeah.
Because of what happened with Cambridge, right? They are super strict whenever it comes to that. But Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, wanted to make sure that Twitter was the platform to have all freedom. So it's pretty much like, I would say 99.99% of it is like, you can listen, you can gather information from. So say for instance, you are listening for the crisis or not a crisis, but say for instance, you're listening to the Raptors and the Kyle Lowry situation, right?
Yeah.
Say for instance, you're listening to that. You can see a lot more information off of Twitter. The Twitter is going to be like pretty much open versus Facebook and Instagram. You can see people that mention that are public accounts and choose to have everything public. You can see that. But for Facebook, it's even more limited. But then for Twitter, you can see private, public, wherever, insensitive content, everything. Everything possible. So
Huh. I don't know that about Twitter.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
that's why I'm so intrigued about Twitter. It's because of it's so open, and compared to the other platforms that like there is no right or wrong. It's like it's so open to make you kind of do your own thing, you know? I mean, like there are a lot of activists on there that constantly tweet, and I mean, it's just like they gather or they get a lot of followers pretty easily, but then but then if you go to Facebook and Instagram, they immediately get like restricted, blocked, all this other stuff, and I don't know. It's very interesting. Very interesting. The freedom of speech on Twitter is pretty evident.
Pretty open.
Yeah, pretty open. So
Nice.
anyway, me nerding out to social media.
And that's your job, kind of.
It is my job, so I'm like, I kind of have to know a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Well, this concludes 18. What'd you guys think about the video? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you feel like there was something missing?
Classic.
Please put it in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much for watching. See ya.
See ya.